Okay, so, last episode, I played the first two versions of Minecraft that we have available. Very early prototypes where all you can really do is place cobblestone on a world made entirely out of a single grass layer on top of even more cobblestone. Absolutely no world generation here aside from that. However, we did see some prototype mobs that were just Steves that flail their arms vigorously as they jump around. I built a small castle and a couple of very bad houses. In this episode, we move on to some versions that have actual terrain generation and some semblance of a block palette to work with. It's still not the best, but it is workable at least. With that said, on to the episode, I guess. Oh boy, we're in this version. As you can see, this particular version runs in full screen and actually has actual terrain generation. There's a specific thing that we'll see, very shortly. Well, not very shortly, but not before too long that'll, you'll see why I hate this particular version. That said, we have fucking cobblestone with a slightly tweaked texture, slightly reduced, like, contrast or whatever. We have stone, regular-ass stone has been added. We then have dirt and grass, which are actually dynamic, or whatever, the first dynamic blocks that were added. And then we have wood planks that use this texture. I really like this texture. But, yeah, this version sucks. We also have the ability to spawn Steves now by pressing G. Why you can spawn Steves by doing this, I'm clueless, but sure, it's a thing. This version has a fucking game-breaking bug, which is completely annoying to deal with, though. Let's see, though. What should I build over here? Preferably something small, because I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time once I start. Fuck it, let's build a mini village, but shit. Like a shitty mini village or whatever. Old style. But with no fences to work with, so we get this shit. We're building the well, at least. The well that isn't actually going to have any water in it. Because water didn't exist in this version yet. It's dry well. Don't have any caves yet, don't have any, don't have much of anything yet. This is the first version, though, that I believe was officially called Minecraft. The previous two versions that we have were, from a brief period where the, it was called Minecraft, but the full title was Minecraft Order of the Stone, which, yeah, that was later referenced in, Minecraft Story Mode with the Order of the Stone. Interesting bit of trivia. Oh yeah, we also have block-breaking particles now. Those weren't in previous versions, they just kind of exist. They don't really do much. Yeah, the block-breaking particles aren't, entirely like, what we have in the modern version. They're not billboarded correctly. Billboarding just being, like, they don't... Like, what I mean is just, they don't properly face the camera. Oh yeah, you can still place blocks on yourself and see through the world. Very easy way to tell that there's no caves. We don't have any access to logs yet, so I'll have to do something else for those, but we can still build more interesting things now that we have a real block palette to work with, actually. Still not great, obviously, but it's usable. Like, let's build something like a small house over here. Hopefully before the world has major issues, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens first. I am building this entirely from memory, so it's probably going to be kind of off, but whatever. Building an old-style village entirely from memory. We're not going to be spending much time in this version. Right, so in the comment section of this video I'll have a poll, because YouTube is stupid and isn't letting me link the polls in the description right now. And the poll will be on whether to, like, what to do with the wood in these chunks, because this doesn't really look like oak wood to me. It's a little bit redder, a little bit, I'd say closer to jungle wood, honestly. But I'll have a few different things we could do with it. Built entirely from memory with a different block palette, but we'll see how well we can do. I feel like I remember the small house is at least decent enough. Farms are going to be tricky, but only because of the fact that I need to figure out what to do with the block palette. Let's... These are going to be representative of planks. That's representative of a black wool, but obviously that's not going to show up like that, so... We're just going to have to deal with it. Oh, fuck! Yeah, this is a thing. Well, that's not a big deal. You can still break and place blocks. You'll see very quickly why this is, Oh. And now you can see why it's completely unplayable. It completely eats your ability to actually break and place blocks after a minute. So I guess, this is what the state of the village is gonna have to be. Because I'm not playing any more of this version than I have to. Look at this shit. Minecraft Wiki says it's something to do with, like, a misaligned vertex table? Don't entirely know the technical details, but, yeah, it does that shit. This is atrocious. And I hate it. Right then, on to the next version. I'm not gonna stick with this world, because I'm pretty sure that the next version has, new terrain generation stuff with it. So, yeah, we'll be getting to that next. I will be back in a flash. There's a Steve down there. Okay, new version. This one, supposedly has a lot more cliffs. Aside from that, we have a version of this in the launcher, but the texture file is wrong, so I've made some changes. I don't necessarily think that this particular wood texture is correct, but I do know the one addition is the fucking first iteration of the sapling, which is ugly as hell. Look at this shit. It looks so bad. Ugly classic tree. It's, okay, so stone is mapped to pressing 1, dirt is 2, cobble is 3, wood planks are 4, nothing is mapped to 5, this is mapped to 6 because of the fact that Notch thought it was so ugly he just wanted to hide it so no one would look at it. It just sucks. It is a bad texture. That said, I'll go ahead and continue building some stuff, I think. I'm gonna build some sort of a weird... how do I describe it? Like... cliff village thing. Oh yeah, of note with the terrain generators in these two versions. The dirt. It goes down, like, I think it's random between, like, 2 blocks and, 2 blocks and, like, I think 11 or so? Yeah. It goes down pretty deep sometimes. Not that it's particularly important, I just thought it was interesting. Oh yeah, there's another mechanic in this version that, eventually got scrapped. Grass doesn't decay anymore, but, it does decay in the dark in this version, which is interesting. Still got that very primitive lighting engine, though, so it's just, if there is a block above it, it dies. Wonder when that got removed, actually. So, first step of this is just going to be to build whatever sort of ridge this is off of the cliff. So I finished up this portion of the bridging or whatever. I don't necessarily know what to call it, but finished up this part. Gonna be moving on to, I guess, lower parts of this, which there's probably gonna be stairs and stuff. That'll be neat. Actually, I'll go put in a place for some stairs now. Might as well. That previous version really sucks ass, not being able to, like... You're just not able to build anything significant in that version, honestly. It's completely obnoxious. Which is why I've moved on to this version so quickly, but... yeah, that's probably kind of obvious. Whatever, though. This... well, I can have an overhang, actually. There's plenty of structures that do something like this. Oh yeah, no sneaking, so I gotta manually place blocks by, like, sliding on over to the edge of a block and hoping I don't fall down. Good thing fall damage doesn't exist, because, jeez. Not that it's the most difficult thing in the world or anything, just a little bit obnoxious to deal with. Sneaking is a good, very good feature. I think this is a neat structure idea. I've built things like this before, but I still think the general concept of this is neat. Just weird little, like, cliff society. Yep. Maybe we can make up lore and shit for all this as we go. Sure, comment about that. Go ahead and comment about, like, potential lore ideas for, like, this cliff civilization that I'm building. Or just some old civilization that was built at one point and is now long gone by the time that this world is going to be finished. Depending on the length of this, so I'm gonna be cutting out a large portion of this building section. I might go on to the next... okay. Yeah, that's why, crouching is handy. But yeah, depending on, how much of this gets cut out and how much footage actually gets, like, put into the final, final video, I might have to go ahead and record another version or two. Not that I'm opposed to that. I think the version, the next version that we have adds caves. or rather than adds, it has caves. I think they were added in a version that we don't have, but I believe we're coming up on the first version with caves, so yeah, that to look forward to. What can we do to make this look a little bit fancier or whatever? Let's... Oh yeah, the trees. I should show some things off about these, so... In light they'll stay. You can really just kind of place them however, but I'm fairly certain that if they're not on dirt or grass, they slowly decay when not on dirt or grass. And also... I don't think they last in darkness either. I'll, cut ahead a bit, I guess? Nope, never mind. Didn't need to cut. Yeah, though. That's a thing. They're fucking ugly. Ugly classic tree bottom text. Ugly ass classic tree. If that manages to stay into the... Nope, it's not going to. I was gonna say, if that tree managed to, like, not decay into the world download, I wouldn't stop it. I wouldn't do anything to remove it. It would just be floating for no reason, which would be funny. But, yeah, it died. The tree died. Oh, there's a poll idea. Do these trees, if we can get them in, without them, like, growing or whatever, do I turn these into dead bushes or something for the final world? You ever just randomly get back into something for no discernible reason? Because I'm not even playing Splatoon, but for whatever reason it's just occupying a significant portion of my brain right now. I've not played that game in a fucking while. I don't know what's up with that. Is that gonna make it into the... I have no idea if I'm gonna keep that or cut it, but... I guess my decision on that'll set a precedent on, whether or not my rambles have to be strictly Minecraft related. I don't think they should have to, but... I'll try to keep on topic. Generally, at least. For now. Try to keep on topic with either Minecraft or, things that I'm discovering through, actually doing something with production value on YouTube. Did not realize that the, title cards could only be, 20 seconds at the end, so I'm gonna need to cut down significantly on that outro thing that I just had go until the music stopped because I liked how that, like, just let the music play out, but no, YouTube said I couldn't do that because YouTube's stinky. Looking how this is coming along so far. Obviously there's no houses yet, but I think it'll be neat once there are. Yeah. Weird little cliff village. Okay. Probably gonna use houses of varying qualities, I guess, while I do this. Or make houses of varying qualities, rather. Building trick, you can go in blocks or whatever to give it depth. That probably doesn't make... I'm probably just sounding like I'm word salading right now. I'm not... Probably not making a whole lot of sense. The tip is you can, some people would, like, do this. If you, bring it out like that, it'll, it might help with the build. Might not, but it's up to you whether or not you, think it looks better. I think I picked that up from a Grian video at some point a long time ago. I encourage you to go ahead and play some of these old versions of Minecraft for yourself if you feel like they're interesting, because like we have them. Like not all of them are in the launcher, but we have like Betacraft or whatever, which is just, it's a thing that exists, which it just lets you play old versions of Minecraft a bit more easily than the vanilla launcher does. Also fixes certain things like skins and mostly skins, but also sound too, I'm pretty sure, in some versions, because the development of this game is weird, and I think that at one point it would just, you would download the sounds from a server or whatever, basically, and then they'd play based off of whatever was in a certain folder on the computer. I think this was only changed when they added, or when they changed from texture packs to resource packs, which the resource is, like, other than textures, it's sound. I'm pretty sure. There's probably more you can do with resource packs than just textures and sound, but, it's textures and sound. That's what a resource pack will always be to me. Textures and the ability to edit sound. Not all of these have got to be fancy or elaborate or anything. Let's build a mine, actually, over here. Might as well. Let's, fill this up with a stone. Only in that particular area, but it'll be filled with stone. Let's just have funny little mine shaft over here for the sake of it. A lot of this shit is probably going to become mob traps, basically, in later versions, but for now, nothing really spawns aside from the humans you can spawn with G. They're a funny little mob. I think Mojang should add those, add something to those, or something to the effect of those for, map makers. I guess we have block displays, but, like, those are technically for displaying blocks or whatever. It would be fun to have just humans or whatever that you could rig up with different AI and shit. That would be useful for data pack makers, too. Just make them, like, invisible, resizable, maybe? There's a lot of potential with that, actually, now that I think about it. That would probably be a good feature. Would probably be handy for a lot of weird cases. We're doing a weird little mine shaft here. Where does it go? What's the point of it? Who knows? There's no fucking ores yet. There's not even caves. Probably gonna make it weird when you're in these chunks later on, but you're gonna go through, like, inverted far lands kinda to get there. Seeing as I plan to surround the area with, Farlands chunks. With all these, old, like, before the, world height was above 64 worlds, at least. Okay, nope. That's the stairs. Well, I can, probably tunnel over in this direction for a minute. Let's, look it off there, actually. Okay. Build some more of these bad houses. We're gonna need a lot of houses, so might as well have some that are, in different styles and whatnot. Even if some of the styles are literally just, this house is bad, and using one block. Yeah, that's a fun house, I think. House that just completely fucks up your mind. Okay, so I got kind of bored of, recording and stuff, and I had to take a break for a minute, so, bit of a skip here, but, I'll just tour the full thing, I guess, now that I've built this, Cliff Village in full. So up here we've got just... I mean, it's not gonna be anything fancy. We've just got house. This one's built, in the terrain, I guess. Doesn't really carve anything out. This is a shitty house. One of these shitty cobble ones. Here's, another house. I don't think I need to be touring the insides. I've not really been putting anything inside of them. This is a low house. We can go down over here, at which point we'll, this isn't really anything, but there's a mine over here and, a small house over here. This mine, well, you've seen in the footage, it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't serve much of a purpose aside from maybe getting you slightly lost, but yeah, no, it doesn't really go anywhere. And there's not even any caves or ore, so yeah. Here's another house. Up there you can see something, but we'll wait on that. Then you can come down here. House over here, another house over here. This one's 2 blocks only. I should place... There, okay, stairs are fixed, I guess. And then go up here, and we have a garden. I couldn't be bothered to put another house here, and I wanted to use, these shitty saplings for something, so here we are. Don't think I'll be going into a new version, but I will do something after this. Not for too long, but it'll be a thing. So, yeah, I'll get back to you there, I guess. Okay, so, as you can see, we're back in the original world, but now I've put up walls. I had to do that with that, or rather, I did that with MC Edit because I had to, like, basically, the previous version of the game or whatever, or the previous versions that, this world was made in, those don't actually save, like proper block data or whatever, or, like, block IDs, so, like, you have, like, the, like, layout and shit, but it's all just stone. Which, based on the poll that I, did before, we don't really want to be using anything other than, grass and, cobble, on top of just this being more accurate to what it was like, so... yeah. But, yeah, I put up those walls with MC Edit, so it's kind of just walled off, and now I guess, we're back in this world to do a couple more things, because, yeah, why not? Might as well add a bit more to this. Add some more, like, shitty houses and stuff. Actually, I do have an idea for a build. Yeah, though. Got all that, and now we're adding a bit more, I guess. Is it just... felt good to end on the original world, I guess. And, starting next episode, we're gonna be on, like, proper classic versions instead of, pre-classic stuff. So, yeah. I'm just going to build this, and, well, I'll probably cut to, about when this is finished, actually, but you'll see what it is. And I think it'll be, a good addition to this world. I guess there's gonna be some amount of, grass decaying to dirt, but oh well. Not a huge deal. Okay, so, we're back, and I've built this thing. This fucking mini Colosseum thing, because, you know, we already have a castle, we have that stuff over there, we have, like, shitty houses and shit. We have, a wall around the entire place. Why not have a, like, Colosseum thing, which is currently full of Steves, because I just spawned a bunch of them in. We've got, like, lower area or whatever where you can, like... Actually, I should, punch out a couple of spots where you can view along diagonals, but, like... You can view along these areas. View along there. It's nothing fancy, but it's fun to have this sort of thing, I think. Let me just make sure I have all those punched out. Oh, 3. And then this side should already be punched. Yep, okay. Cool. Then up here we've got regular seating or whatever for everyone to come and watch these, I guess, Steves battle to the death as they flail about for some reason. This animation is just wild, honestly, like, the intensity of it. Oh yeah, they also, they're not really shaded, but they turn darker when they, go under a dark area. Which is interesting, I think. Yeah, that's, why the old Steve texture has kind of baked-in shading, because they just didn't have shading initially. Yeah, though, I think, with that, there's also the, there's a path around the outside of this. But with that, I think that's probably a good place to call it for this episode. Don't forget to, like, subscribe for more of this Polyworld, and, yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, I guess. Bye.